Welcome to Divine Nothing, where we're tired of your fucking bullshit. This is a show about absolutely nothing, but you're here to hear our fucking opinion. Shut the fuck up, sit back and relax.
Ow,
This thing already hit his head. We are tired. It is 9 o'clock Eastern time. We are college students. We've been going hard the whole day. He's actually a full-time worker. So yes, if it sounds like we don't really care about anything, it's because we don't. We don't give a fuck.
We just want the YouTube money.
We're gonna be honest with you, we came here strictly for the YouTube money. Niggas is broke.
We're gonna have ads every 15 seconds.
We can't afford. We can't even be eating ramen, son. That shit got MSG. What the heck are we supposed to be eating? Niggas is hungry. We need this YouTube money, son. Well, that's why the only reason we're here.
Sadly, all of our cursing likely means we won't get any thanks YouTube.
My mom thinks I'm advertiser friendly. Right? Hey. Let's talk about some shit that happened. There was this really wild thing I remember. There's this story about apparently one of the world's biggest nuclear weapons holds is like 20 miles northwest of Seattle. Okay? And the place is guarded by dolphins. I am military trained dolphins. I am not making this up. Right? And so apparently the military, the U.S. military has trained these dolphins that when they see someone, they go to the trainer gives them something to ensnare them. And then the dolphin goes back and puts it on the person's leg, and then it floats the person up to the top for them to see. There are dolphins protecting ours. Dolphins are really smart though.
Yeah, I mean dolphins.
You know what I'm saying? You had to pick an animal.
And it's dolphins or elephants. Smartest.
And it turns out earlier they were actually using sea lions. So right now they have about 100 dolphins working for them and 50 sea lions.
The true Marines.
The true Marines. The few, the proud Marines. They just got a picture of fucking
Dolphin with a trident.
Dolphin with a trident. Fuck you up, take my fucking spirit. I'm advertising friendly, bro. I'm advertising friendly. So then another thing is the local doctor has created the $50 EpiPen alternative, right? So apparently, I read the story. This is how this goes down. This doctor, he sees he's severely allergic to stuff, and so he has to carry around the EpiPen. But he thought the EpiPen was too big, and he didn't like how inconvenient it was. He noticed the parts, he noticed the medicine, he noticed that it wasn't really expensive to make it. So then he just he went home and went to work. He just went to work and he built one. Do it yourself, nigga. Feed yourself on these streets, you know what I'm saying? And so he made the $50 EpiPen, which is really cool because, I don't know if you guys knew, but it was a problem that the spike, the price spiked. It's how much is it? 300 to
300, 400, something like that.
Yeah, 300, 400 for a single EpiPen, and there's people who are severely allergic and has to buy 4 or 5 of them because, they don't know if they're going to have an allergic attack in school, at work, at home, so they have to carry multiple ones now. And they've just been spiking the price up, This guy makes a $50 alternative, it's pretty cool.
That's good, but most things like that, pharmaceutical, or anything really, nothing's as expensive as people make it, you know what I'm saying? It's just how much are you willing to pay for this? That's the thing.
They're just putting a price in your life at this point.
Yeah. And then that's the thing, because that's the worst thing, because no one's going to be like, oh yeah, my life isn't worth $400.
But some people aren't going to be able to pay that $400, so they're going to be like, my life is worth more than that, but I don't have the money, so I'm going to die.
Get it by any means, you know what I'm saying?
Get it by any means.
You can fuck my bitch, you can have my home.
And that is why YouTube will not allow us to have money.
My mom thinks. I'm just out here, bro. Okay, you were talking about Atlanta. I haven't seen the season premiere, but your series tells me the shit is amazing.
It is really good. It's not just because Donald Glover's on or anything. It's a really good show, and
he actually has a lot of work and love into it.
Yeah, you could tell, because I heard the whole writing crew is a black writing crew and stuff like that, and it shows through the writing. Because certain shows about black people are written by white people, and you're this feels almost black.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like Splenda for black. You know what I'm saying? This is almost.
No, what's crazy actually? He said the reason he did that, he he said his reasoning that he wanted to show white people that they didn't know everything about black culture. That's why he did it. That was like I think a quote from one of his articles. I probably like misquoted it a little bit, but it was like that was the general gist of what he was saying. He wanted to show white people that they didn't know everything about the black experience and the black
what
culture.
makes me sad?
What?
All the like, there's gonna be like 1,000 great shows eventually that truly show us. But I bet you the ones that everyone's still gonna be talking about is Basketball Wives.
Bro, people like.
Fucking,
Let me explain to you
what's
though.
that, Love and Hip Hop?
People like drama though. People like to see conflict. You know
But
what
it's
I'm saying?
our people that are like, they make us look so bad.
But like that's what they want. You know, like they only keep doing it because because that's what they want. You know what I'm saying?
It's weird too, and you have to have like a balance between like you don't want certain people on air, and then like that's certain people's lives. So you can't be like, oh, you can't live your life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
certain people are like Basketball Wives like all day, 24/7, and like that's them. I do wish that they were on TV a little less. You know what I'm saying? Or like more
Or at
things
least
were on
less
TV
publicized.
More, you know what I'm saying? So like Atlanta, like even Donald Glover's character in that isn't like the best. You know what I'm saying? He's like broke,
I saw
he's,
that
like,
commercial where you stole this.
but like it's realer than like Basketball Wives we fighting in clubs and like porches and shit.
But that's made to be like super very dramatic. Like they do like
in a
editing.
country where we're already portrayed as.
But they do like they write scripts for them, right?
Yeah, no, I'm
and
sure.
they edit it to make it sound like they said things that they didn't say to make it sound more drama though.
Yeah. I just wish like you could be normal. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want the Cosby Show either. Like I don't want it to be like you either have to be like Cosby's or Basketball Wives. I want it to be more like
How everyone else is.
Right. Like most black people are like just in the middle. They're not fighting all the time, and they're also not like wearing sweaters and you know what I'm saying? It's like
Haven't put pumps.
But going back to what we're talking about, actually Atlanta, so the premiere got 1.8 million total viewers and 1.2 million telecast viewers, right?
Right.
And the demographic of views under 50, right? The latter figures renders the Atlanta premiere the highest for any basic cable comedy since 2013 inside Amy Schumer.
Who's Amy Schumer again? I'm sorry.
She's that chick from. She was in that movie Turner Act.
yeah.
She's the comedian.
Jokes.
Oh wait, she's the blonde one.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
She seems like an awkward funny.
Yeah. Like the chick that you might think about in your mind was like, I would hit that and not talk about it.
Not talking about it.
Like, but that's the type. But that's the funny
yeah.
she likes to portray. Like, I'm the chick you hit it and not talk about it.
That's where a lot of her jokes come from.
Yeah, her jokes are just pretty self-deprecating.
That's
Okay. So you remember that stuff about Desiigner getting arrested for like a gun charge?
Yeah, and one of his. I still think one of his friends is gonna take the fall for that shit.
He was arrested for. They say he was arrested for what was it called? A gun charge and
There was drugs. Yeah,
something like God damn it. Possession of illegal substances with intent to sell. That's what it was. And so what happened was, turns out there was no gun. So they had to drop the gun charge. There was no gun in the car. And then it turns out like the pills, like they also dropped the possession of illegal substance with intent to sell. Because turns out it was just steroids.
Oh, it's just steroids.
I mean, yeah, it was steroids.
Steroids, like,
And it wasn't his. It was the driver's.
See, I told you somebody was taking the fall for that shit.
No, it actually wasn't his steroids. What the fuck Desiigner? You see, Designer's skinny as shit. The fuck is Designer gonna do?
Maybe that's why he needs steroids. He's trying to get on that future level. He doesn't want to be mini Future no more. He want to be big Future.
He gonna look like Future. He gonna look. When you remember Future Cuts when Dragon Ball Z came back, and after he would when he faced out, he bulked the fuck out. I want to get blue all these hoes. Yeah. So that happened with Desiigner. And then you know how you guys remember that one song where Drake was I'll buy the neighbors out if they like
Complain about the noise?
Yeah.
He bought his neighbor's
He bought his neighbor's $3 billion house in response to noise complaints. Drake,
why are you
Drake don't
doing
give a
this?
fuck about nothing, bro. You can't take Drake nothing, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all, Drake not playing with y'all niggas. I trying to tell y'all.
You know what? He's still always gonna be that grassy boy to me. I'm sorry. He can buy all the houses he wants. He's still wheelchair Jimmy.
You gonna buy it? He's gonna buy your house. He's gonna buy your car. He's gonna buy your clothes. He's gonna leave you
He
home.
can buy my soul. He's still wheelchair Jimmy. That'll never change. No hate on Drake. Like I didn't really like Views. I like their production on Views, but let's face it, Drake didn't necessarily produce all that. So
He's a really good artist. Like,
yeah, I'm
you know
not.
what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna say he's bad, but like
He's not.
He's a really good artist. He's not the greatest rapper ever. He's an average rapper, great artist. Cause like you know what I'm saying, he has that like pop appeal.
yeah.
And nobody.
And he knows how to make everybody remember his name, like buying motherfuckers' houses for noise complaints.
Bro, this man is just—he's smart.
Yeah, but he can do no wrong. Like
He can't take L's.
He can do it wrong. All he has to do is turn Chris Brown.
He can do that. I swear, no people would defend him. Like somebody said, remember they were talking about did he slap him in the club, and people turned that into a win for him, and I was like, how? How did he get slapped, right? And then people were like, oh no, it was good because how you want to just slap Drake?
Okay, so y'all heard about the whole thing with the Native Americans and them trying to drill the pipeline through them.
You mean how history hasn't really changed? We're still screwing everyone? Yep.
They don't give a fuck about the Native Americans. They don't honor shit. They still treat these people like second-class citizens. It's incredible. I mean, they treat everyone who's not like second-class citizens, but like, goddamn, like this is just like
This is a new level. This is like blatant.
like
I'm
spitting in
gonna
their
fuck
face.
you. I'm gonna stomp on your whole ancestry burial ground. I'm gonna put my dick in it, and you're just gonna lay there and say,
Bro, and you know
and that's what they're doing.
Well, the crazy part was like, the fucking judge, like stopped it because he was like, "Oh, I'll go see if this is legal," and then they were like, "Yeah, you know, with science, you know, we know this is like it's gonna be okay," and they're like, because you know the pipeline was supposed to run through the city at first, but then everybody in the city was like, "If this bitch breaks, we're gonna have dirty ass water, and we're not having that."
So let's give it to the Native Americans.
And so this nigga, so then the dude's like, "You know, science, we know everything's gonna be alright." No, what? And then like
You mean like science with BP's every freaking 5 minutes, oil leaks, and just death everywhere and destruction? Okay, yeah, nah. Science says they're okay.
It's even crazier because the judge like okayed it for them to review, right? And it was just like, what? And like, I was saying like a lot of shit. But anyway, Obama, thank God for my nigga Obama. He feels like nope, and he made them stop. Let me explain to you why I'm happy we have a...
Let me explain to you why this is gonna backfire. Because Obama's only here until when?
November.
And whoever, because let's face it, guys, we're all gonna vote Jill Stein, but
Jill Steiner died, bro.
the Green Party ain't winning because they haven't won in the past 8,000 years.
Exactly.
So you might as well put
This is
that
our come up. We don't see those. We take them two together, play dope use.
Yeah, well, it's either gonna be Hillary or Trump, and if Trump wins, Trump's not even get sworn in before they start drilling because they know they got the green light. And if Hillary wins, they're gonna wait 3 months before they get the green light.
Bro. Tired.
So like,
But thank God, man, we have like an actual president who's
actually been doing stuff since.
not white.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like you know, like you look at it, and he's like the only one who's been man enough to like apologize for Hiroshima. It took
That's terrible. Like when people talk about like the
Like we didn't even apologize right after it happened. We were like,
oh, super well. Like the fact that happened. Like what? Like do you understand like how terrible that is? You know what I'm saying? And people are like, oh, you gotta respect the flag. Like all the things the flag stands for, because it's a different topic, whatever. But all the things you think of, like all the things America has done, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, all that, like. That's insane. Like you co-sign that every time you pledge to the flag. You agree with that?
like let me explain to you. Like people who like will like co-sign anything about the flag are wild. Because like these are the same people who be like, remember 9/11, remember the Alamo, and then it's like, what about slavery? What about the killing of Nate Turner? No.
What about the Trail of Tears? No. That didn't happen, man.
That didn't happen. You know they were trying to remove slavery from the textbooks in Texas.
History?
Yeah.
Remember the Alamo. Forget slavery though, because we don't want to talk about how fucking terrible we are.
Nobody wants to come to terms with the fact that they come from a fucked up background.
And it's crazy because it took a black president for someone to finally apologize for something like that. It takes a black president for us to like stop a fucking injustice.
Can we also talk about how Obama pretty much, without publicly making it known, pretty much killed the coal industry? Like, this man slaughtered them. They don't exist.
But please elaborate.
So, basically, all the stats, everything for coal industry has been cut like 80% since his administration. We hardly rely on coal at all anymore. And coal was one of the worst pollutant freaking resources that we had. And Obama, without publicly making it known that he was going to destroy them from the foundations up, wrecked their shit and nobody said a word about it. Like, the only person who really talked about it that I saw was John Oliver. And you guys, like, look it up on YouTube. Yeah, YouTube plugged. All right, now plug us.
If you make the argument, explain to me why it took up to Obama for someone to apologize to Hiroshima. Can you justify, no one not apologizing for that?
Like, the one, you think if anyone was to apologize for it, it'd be Eisenhower. The president who came in right after. We like Ike. Ike, you helped greenlight that motherfucker. So,
and going back
does
to
Japan like Ike?
yeah, and going back to what you were saying just there, it's crazy. People will co-sign anything just because, it's crazy to me that people want to follow things like mindless slaves. In terms of, I can't stop saying I'm gonna get some harassment for this, but anyway.
Becky.
In terms of, it's crazy in terms of the fact that they don't think about their actions, because when you just mindlessly pledge of allegiance when I pledge of allegiance, I mean it, you know what I mean? But also I understand that there are things wrong that need to be changed, but people just want you to pledge, just to pledge, you know what I'm saying? Put your hand over your chest, just put your hand on your chest. Fall back into place, nigga. That's essentially what they're saying. When they say, why aren't you standing up? Why wasn't Colin Kaepernick standing up and honoring the flag? They're saying, step back into place, nigga. And if you say they're not saying that, then what are you saying? You say he should be grateful. Fall back into place, nigga. So tell me what they said to him.
Yeah. So, and that's a really flawed argument. You should be grateful. Other people have it worse. That does not mean anything.
That's just basically saying fall back into place.
He worked for where he got, and just because he's a pro athlete, he should.
Right.
And because people fought for your right to protest. People fought for your right to, when you see injustice, to stand up against it. And instead, you're gonna sit there and be like, no, fall back into place, nigga. Because that's essentially what I see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. And you can't take the race away from it. People are like, oh, it's just disrespectful to the flag. People wear American flag thongs. The flag between their butt cheeks. And then nobody says anything about that. You know what I'm saying? So either always be pressed over this inanimate object or don't. You know what I'm saying? Be consistent at least. You shouldn't be having you know what I'm saying, American flag tablecloths and you know what I'm saying, you dropping barbecue sauce. Somebody doesn't stand up to the pledge. It's oh well, this is a problem. Ridiculous.
And another thing that I didn't really understand is how everyone kept on saying Colin Kaepernick's being disrespectful. Why did everyone bring the veterans into it? I didn't know the veterans were the flag. Because it's not they were please rise for the veterans.
Right.
No, it was please rise for what this symbol represents. Nobody said he hated veterans. I'm sure this man loves the veterans. Everyone loves veterans. They fucking risk their lives to make sure that we can all do the shit that we're doing right now.
Yeah, nobody's gonna look at America hey, I hate your guts, bro.
That was the thing during the Vietnam War, and anyone still does that, they should be stomped to the fucking ground because nobody, unless you were there, you don't know what that's like. You don't know what they went through, and even if the freaking reasons were questionable at best, it's so what? He still went there because he thought he was fighting for you, not because if he was gonna go fight for his own public greed and interest, he'd have been a mercenary.
Yeah, but you know what? That's also why I'm gonna personally I'm gonna I want to stand up for what's right too. You know, me and Desiigner are gonna hopefully start working with these kids in our own town, city. You know, try to make a difference here. I'm gonna donate some money to the Indians who are the protectors who are trying to protect their land to help them. And you know, there's just a lot of corruption and negativity. I feel and I love where I live. I love the U.S., but I want to make it a better place. So I'm working to do that. And the first thing of doing that is being able to criticize and see a problem.
But of course, you're going to have 1,000 people standing in your way just because you comment on a problem. You don't say you hate the country. We've obviously made it known that we love the U.S. That's where we're from. That's where I plan on dying. Unless, we get conquered or something, then maybe not. But let's be real, guys. Who's gonna trump us?
There was a West Virginia cop who he went to a call, and there was a guy with a gun, right? The guy had a gun, and the guy told the cop to shoot him. He had the gun at him, and he told him the cop would shoot him. And so the cop could tell this was a guy who wanted suicide by cop, So he was trying to de-escalate the situation. He was doing his job, being a reasonable guy. You know what I'm saying? This is someone who I feel should definitely, this was a good cop. This is the example of people that we don't hear on the news, because there are good cops who do good things for people, and that's what I love to hear, people being good to people. And he was trying to de-escalate the situation. The guy flicked his wrist to get the cop, to provoke the cop to shoot him, but he still would not, fire his weapon. He didn't want to have to kill the man. He was trying to de-escalate the situation, but when you get a call, you have to call for backup, right? So as he's trying to de-escalate this situation, his backup shows up, right? His backup just sees a guy with a gun pointing it at the officer, so his backup is crap, pull out a gun, shoot him, they kill him. And, it was a sad situation because, those cops coming in didn't know what was going on. Yeah. They didn't know this was a dude who was just looking to do suicide by police, you know what I'm saying? So they were right, because, if there's a dude who's pointing a gun at you and me and Carol rolling and we're officers, we're not gonna go, hey, Jasir, what's going on? We're gonna go shoot that guy, Yeah. And it was God damn it, I gotta stop doing that. It was interesting because God damn it! It was interesting because he actually got fired. The guy who was trying to just de-escalate the situation.
Wow, the good cop got fired.
Well, that's how it is. Corrupt cops, especially in Baltimore, there was this cop, I forget his name. So somebody hit I think some drug dealer or something like that. Some suspect came into this cop's girlfriend's house, something like that. They ended up beating his ass, right? Then the cop told on them, right? And then they made it so that he had to leave. I think they put a dead rat on his windshield. They just made it real hard for him to work. So it's when people have problems with the police, it's not individual cops. It's the system that keeps things like that happening. So they were supposed to beat this guy up or whatever, and the guy was supposed to keep quiet about it and things like that. And Baltimore City police are super corrupt. That's a fact.
They're the worst.
That's not opinion. That's empirical data. There's a Department of Justice report. They're the absolute worst. But that's how it happens. So it's cops do things to people, and that's where a lot of people's problem with police comes from. It's it's not the fact that things happen, because people are people make mistakes, and that's true. People are humans. They're gonna make mistakes. Sometimes someone's gonna get killed. When you're dealing with guns and people, you know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna end up dead sometimes. It's the problem that you can end up killing somebody and then you're covering it up. You know what I'm saying? And nothing happens to you. Or you get death duty for someone's life.
Or paid vacation.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Or a promotion, even, you know what I'm saying? People are out here killing people and then getting promotions, So it's terrible. Cops get away with killing people regularly, you know what I'm saying? So it's just that's where a lot of people's mistrust comes.
And I don't get what jury is being selected for these type procedures, because in a jury of, not a biased jury, but just a standard, if you picked most of the people from Baltimore, all those people that are riding, you think most of those people let's let all these officers off free?
Yeah.
No, they were very selective with
it
that
was
jury.
it was bench trials too. So it was a judge giving the decisions out. That was the thing. So it wasn't even a jury for I think a lot of them. Like I remember them getting off like bench trials, and like one of them, I think the first trial of the officers was a mistrial, and then it was like just like stuff kept on like piling up. So all of them got off. All the cops who were involved in Freddie Gray's death got off and stuff like that. So you see stuff like that. So it's like this man died not naturally. Like what I'm saying. He didn't.
He was murdered.
He was running the day he was the day he was killed, and then he went from running to being dead. And then it's like you have these 6 people who were involved. They were around while he was dying. You have this settlement they gave. They gave his family $6.3 million. No one's giving you any type of settlement worth millions of dollars unless they did something bad. You know what I'm saying? People, settlements,
unless they're trying to cover it up,
right.
Make sure you never go to the media about it.
Like
they likely had signed some contract saying we will never go to any protest on that.
And that's the thing. So in Baltimore, like I think if they give you a settlement, it's something, and I'm like kind of forgetting the exact details, but there's some condition that goes with every settlement, right? So I think you can't talk about it or something like that. So even things like that, like you're giving people money, for their family member that you killed, and then you're saying you can't talk about it. That's a problem. You know what I'm saying?
I would burn that money in their face and be like, "Fuck this, we're going to war."
It's terrible. And then like everyone's like, it's not like Baltimore's like the most well, certain parts of Baltimore aren't the most well-off parts. So you know what I'm saying? You're giving people money. People need that money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
especially when you kill maybe the only one providing for the house.
Exactly. So you have people. That was their only source. They had the job, and they're gone. So it's like.
So what else you don't do?
Yeah, that shit is crazy. But guess what? We are tired as fuck. I'm going to sleep.
I'm gonna drive to my bed.
Stay with us. Stick with us for next time of why Brandon's song is the only girl for me.
What?
Hey, thanks for checking our video out. Please like, subscribe, and comment below to help our channel grow. We appreciate it. And now with that, Young Musa out.